Alright, here's what I'm doing. I'm using the element, specifically line, and I'm going to use shapes to draw the profile of a person. Now, I'm going to be looking at things from different angles. This is a what? What kind of line is that?
It is a wavy line.
Precisely. This is a wavy line, and there are so many possibilities that you can get from a wavy line. Mountains, uh, water, you name it. What does that look like right now?
It looks like a bird.
Yeah, looks like a bird flying. Precisely. Now, I'm gonna turn it around so we can look at it from a different angle. Now, what do you see?
I see the number 3.
Correct. So that's the number 3. So this is a way of making drawing pretty simple and fun. Use what you know to venture into what you don't know. Alright? You build on prior knowledge. Start somewhere. If you're making numbers, you're making art. If you're making letters, you're making art. Alright? If you turn it the opposite way, it kinda look like a what? A W? Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, and also could look like M when you are doing you're writing cursive, right? Alright, now what letter is that?
A V.
Correct? That's a V. And in math, there are some symbols. Uh, what does that one look like?
Less than.
Ah,
Sign.
correct. That's a less than. Now it looks like a what?
An arrow.
An arrow. That's correct. Wow. So this is how you make drawing fun. When you turn it this way, looks like something that keeps the ship stable. And
An anchor.
an anchor, correct. Or when you're doing fishing,
A fishing hook.
a fishing hook looks like those big hooks that when you're catching salmon. All right, close attention now, guys. Look at it. Don't say nothing yet. Let's look at it from this angle. What does it look like? That means it has a lot of meaning, but one popular meaning. What does that look like?
It looks like a heart.
It looks like a heart that is divided in two. Ah, so that's easy, right? And now we put another wavy line, specifically a curved line. Yes. Now we look at it from this angle. Now, what do you see?
It looks like the sign looks like a lip.
Exactly. That's easy, right? All right, let's look again and see what type of line this is. All right, don't say nothing yet. You have to try to figure it out. Remember when we talk about fishing, looks like a hook, guys, or it looks like a what? When you do this, you're doing English and you make those punctuation. Which one are the punctuation that looks like?
It looks like a comma.
Looks like a comma. Or even a question mark, but it looks like the mirror on the reverse side, pretty much. Alright? There we have another little curved line there, like you were gonna make the letter C, and then, or at the bottom of a bowl, then we make it a thicker line, right? Because we know about thick lines. Here we go again, another little comma there, or hook, or question mark, yes, without the little dot at the bottom. Those curved lines are important. So that curved line there, if we were to look at on top of a mountain or a little hill or a little ant hill, a little sand dune, yeah. And if we turn it different, because it's important that we have an analytical eye, right? We look at things from different angles and we analyze what we see and see things from different perspective. What kind of line is that when you loopy line, guys? Come on now, loopy line. You see that? All right. Now, the principle of repetition is called a pattern.
Pattern.
A what?
A pattern.
Of course. What makes a pattern? When you do what?
You repeat over
When
and
you
over.
repeat over and over. Excellent. All right, and there it is. You're forming the here, and it is very simple. It is that simple. All right, so and finally, so first we start with the element lines. We see how powerful lines can be when you manipulate it, and you understand what choice of lines. And remember, people have different hair texture, so that's curly, and so we use a loopy line. And we are putting in a little more details, that same little gentle curve line there. Um, yes, put a little bit of shading right there, emphasis, right? Good. So you're starting to see the finished product to a large extent. Well, to a certain degree, yes. If you're satisfied with that, you can work with it as a simple line drawing. And then you can add the other element, which is shading, which captures light and dark. And remember, there are different shading techniques, and you can add the other element, which is color, right? So, shading is what you use to do rendering, right? Shading is what you use to do rendering, like the finish, the final touch to your artwork, right? And you have option of using different shading techniques, which you will see here. I'm gonna choose a specific shading technique. um, Now it's always good to detach these, do it separate, do each feature separate, and practice before, and then you start putting them together. I'm gonna go over it again one more time for you to see without them being detached, one flow in one go. Yeah, there we go. That more details, more definition going on there. Notice there's a little limb on that line that divides the lip where the heart is. Then yes, the lip, and it's for a specific reason, the expression of the lip. All right, for more detail, a more defined lip. All right, there it is. For emphasis, I'm going over the steps so that if you missed it, you can get it. All right. So it's like you're dissecting the whole thing. You're unpacking it. There you go. Practice, practice, practice. And remember, each that's just a general way of drawing lips, right? Each person has unique features, right? People from different tribe or ethnic background may have slightly different features to distinguish or differentiate or to identify. Right? That's just the way it is. When we look at those curved lines, it's like you're making the letter S for the nose, right? Or it's made of those curved lines that it's inside out, like in on the reverse. Yes. So the S curves that way from the left, a concave or convex. Those kinds of curves are very essential. When you look above there, you'll see something like open and close bracket, which are called parentheses. Yes. So those lines, understanding those lines can really improve and simplify art problems or drawing problems. Knowing where and when to put those lines. Very, very important. So after you get it accurately, right? Which I would have mentioned earlier, it's a general way of doing things. You can start looking at people, actual models, and then there you will be able to put in unique features, or make a realistic interpretation of people you know. So there we go again. As I said, it's good to practice. Put in a little shade right there. There we go. Start seeing the person, even the little expression you'll see there. Right? So there they are, the different shading techniques and the different characteristics of lines. We go from lines to shading, right? So here we go. Smearing technique. Finally, we scratch off the lead, right? With a tool that is safe. And then we just rub. And that is our finished product. That is the end of our drawing. That's the lesson for today. Please be sure to subscribe and share. We see you. Bye bye. Take care, man. Bless up yourself.